Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Maybe some of you know my analogy with my childhood schoolyard. And my childhood schoolyard could be seen or viewed as the world, where you have different countries, which over there we had different people in the schoolyard, children. And we had different temperaments, we had different allegiances, friendship, hatreds, and all that. So everything in the neighborhood was occurring in the schoolyard, after hours. And that is like the world now with countries, different people. So over there were some gangs, not serious gangs, like you might think here with tattoos and guns and drugs and all that. No, maybe someone would carry a little short pocket knife or something like that. Drugs were regular cigarettes, and maybe someone was drinking some wine or something. Everybody's like, oh my God, Gigi's drinking wine. Wow. Rarely. But the cigarette was like palmed, so nobody can see it. Regular cigarette, tobacco. Anyway, so you had gangs or these groups, and you had the big guy who had the biggest fist. And then with him were his lieutenants and weasels, clowns, court gestures, and so on. So sometimes these court gestures, the clowns of the group, or some maybe a little bit higher, would try to provoke, sent by the big guy, or because they liked to cause problems. And they would try to provoke other group, other gang. And then maybe this guy gets caught, maybe he runs away and so on. And always behind the group, behind the guy, seek refuge. But yells the most. We have those yellers, the instigators. We have Poland here. And Poland is one of these guys who is right now I think, that's my assessment. I have nothing with Poland, with Polish people. But when Poland does something that I think is stupid, I will say it. If Russia does something stupid, I will say it. Okay? Or Romania or France or who might be over there. The problem is Poland does such a high frequency stupid things that I can call them out every 5 minutes. I can make videos on Poland, unfortunately. And Poland, to me, it seems very much, it has its own policy. I think is the American Trojan horse to a certain extent in Europe. And it has a lot of past insults to pay back. To everyone. To every country around it. Germany, if it can get Kaliningrad, which is Russia, even the Lithuania, their friends, big friends, I don't know, friends. Then you can get Belarus. Then you can get Ukraine. Then they can extend maybe to Romania as well, to some Hungary, Slovakia, and so they have. That's what it is over there in Europe. You have big problems. Poland is not a small country. Poland is a good-sized country. It has a population of about 39 million people. It's big territory. It's big country, important. It played an important role in history in about, let's say, I would say 14th century, 15th, 16th, 17th, maybe 18th, and then done. From 1794 or so, they ceased to exist as a country, as Poland, until they were recreated after the First World War. Recreated, you know what, I take from you, I take from you, I give you, that's how Poland came into being. That's reality, okay? But Poland was not given certain things that it wants to have back, and it has little problems. Some of them are in Ukraine, by the way. So Poland has a big problem with the Russians. The Russians probably have a big problem with the Poles as well. Ukrainians have a big problem with the Poles, and vice versa. You don't believe me? Go and befriend the Pole, or befriend a Ukrainian or a Russian, and he's going to tell you, unless he's an idiot. That is a cuckoo, all right? Then he doesn't know anything. If he doesn't know history, if he knows history, he's going to tell you. If he doesn't know history, it's fine. Anyway, so let's move on. What happened here? We have Poland raising awareness. Hey, Russia deployed nuclear weapons in Belarus. What can we do, NATO? Remember? Hey, he's deployed. What am I gonna do? No. What we are going to do about it, because I alone am going to do squat nothing. We. So what is NATO going to do? Right here. And what exactly they think they are going to do. So this is per Bloomberg. Poland urges response to Russia placing nuclear arms in Belarus. So what do you have in mind, Mr. Duda? I think this is Duda. All right. What do you have in mind as a response? Attack them, preemptive strike, assassinate Putin? What exactly you have in mind? You can't do anything, actually. Nothing. Are you going to get involved actively with troops more than you are? With volunteers, I mean. In Ukraine? What are you going to do? That's the question. Nothing. And we. All right, let's see what's going on here. NATO, we, the guys, the gang, should respond to steps by Russia aimed at deploying nuclear weapons to neighboring Belarus, according to Polish President Andrzej Duda. Well, I would ask this guy, who, again, he picks and chooses events. It doesn't go chronologically. Do you know, your boss, how many nuclear weapons in what countries, and what the number of nuclear weapons deployed in Europe by that guy? And his answer is going to be, I don't care. He's the good guy, according to you. Okay? So that's what it is. The Russians did this much of what the other guys already did this much. They have, I think, 5 countries with 6 bases where the Americans have nuclear weapons in Europe for some time. And the Russians did not. And Duda, we gotta act now. What about the other guy? Oh no, he's the good guy. He me very good. Okay, all right, I got that. We all know. We are aware of your moaning. It's fine. But how about now? Russia just deployed in Belarus. Not yet. Will deploy in Belarus. These guys have deployed in what? In Italy, I don't know. I think they had it in Turkey. I don't know if you still have it over there. Germany, Netherlands. I think Denmark or Belgium. One of these weasels. And anyway, weasels. Why? These kind of countries. This. They're very important. They are very important. Yeah. Anyway, so. What exactly will they do? How are they going to respond? Let me see. Maybe these guys give us an idea of their desire. Russia will begin moving tactical. Okay, I got that. I absolutely believe, Duda said, that such a situation demands an unequivocal response from NATO. Like what? Duda said at the joint news conference in Paris in Monday, ahead of talks with blah, 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 blah. And that's the end of the article. So we don't know what he has in mind, because you know what? This is what he can do. 0. He can just take a piss and make sure that he gets it deep when the guy comes from across Atlantic to give him some loving. That's all he can do. But you see, immediately these guys, we need to a reaction. But Russia was not supposed to react. Belarus was not supposed to react. I'm picking these guys because they're on the other side of the fence created by NATO. Yes, it's created by NATO. And why? Expansion towards these guys, not those guys towards them. Imagine that if Russia, let's imagine that Russia would have just expanded towards Germany and creates its new Warsaw Pact, called, the Loving Countries Pact, or Peace and Liberty, or something like, moronic, like these guys. Anyway, we keep the peace by making wars, Orwell. So if they would have done that, do you think these guys would be, yeah, that's fine, I mean, it's within their independent, free countries. These guys get angry because the Russians are doing what the other guys did already 5 times, or 6 if we get the 6 bases. I know it's 6 bases in 5 countries. It's good enough. So, Duda, again, the guy who instigates, sees it, yells, we should do something, which is, you should do something. They don't care about Great Britain. I mean, Great Britain cannot challenge Russia. That's my assessment. If it's going to challenge, it's going to be bombed one time, and that would be it. Then you have France. France is not going to challenge. Germany is under occupation. The only person, the big guy with the club, with in this case, that's the plantation is United States. So actually, when Poland says we, talks about the United States, hey, big boss, like in the schoolyard, you go to the guy that in charge, hey, Mikey, but he alone, no, he's not going to do that, because alone, when I catch this guy, alone without those guys, I'm going to fuck him up if I catch him, because he's going to be running fast as hell. That's how it was then, when I was a kid, and the same right now. The same thing is right now. If you don't have allies, strong allies, they will come and threaten you, blackmail you, regime change you, and attack you. Like in the schoolyard. If you don't bow your knee and you don't do what I'm telling you, I'm going to threaten you, I'm going to tell you this, I'm going to tell you that, I'm going to throw a few rocks at you, I'm going to grab you by this, and I'm going to fuck you up. That's going to happen. Anyway, good job, Poland. Very courageous of you. We should react. Like what? Group jerk-off, masturbation? All right, anyway. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. Unbelievable.